"I'm sorry you feel that way" is not an apology, it's a legal disclaimer disguised as remorse. Most people believe an apology is an apology, as long as the word sorry shows up somewhere in the sentence. But in advanced behavioral psychology, we know that a small set of grammatical formulas exist specifically to produce the sound of remorse, while surgically removing any actual admission of wrongdoing. Today you are going to learn the exact linguistic formulas behind fake apologies, and the one response that forces a real apology to the surface, or exposes the fake one for exactly what it is. To understand why this works, you have to understand what a real apology actually requires. A genuine apology contains three components. It names the specific action taken, it acknowledges the impact of that action, and it takes ownership of causing that impact, directly, with no conditions attached. A fake apology is built by removing exactly one of these three components, while keeping just enough of the emotional packaging that it still sounds, on the surface, like remorse. This is not clumsy phrasing. It is a precise formula, and once you learn to spot which component is missing, you will hear it everywhere. The first formula is the conditional apology. "I'm sorry if I hurt you." Notice the word if. This formula quietly converts a confirmed event into a hypothetical one. It does not say, "I hurt you." It says, "In the event that I hurt you," which may or may not have actually happened, "here is my regret." This formula allows the speaker to sound accountable while never actually confirming that any harm occurred at all. The second formula is the feelings apology. "I'm sorry you feel that way." This one is even more precise because it relocates the entire apology away from the speaker's action and onto your emotional reaction to it. The subject of the sentence is no longer their behavior. It is your feelings, framed almost as an overreaction that requires soothing rather than a response that requires accountability. This formula apologizes for the weather in the room instead of the storm that caused it. The third formula is the deflection apology. "I'm sorry, but you were being difficult too." This one contains real apology language for exactly one clause, before immediately spending the rest of the sentence redistributing blame back onto you. The word "but" functions as a linguistic eraser, quietly deleting everything that came before it in the listener's mind, while still allowing the speaker to claim they apologized if the conversation is ever revisited later. Here is why all three formulas are so effective, and it is not because people fall for them completely. It is because they create just enough ambiguity that calling them out feels petty or excessive, even when something clearly feels off. You are left holding a technically apology-shaped sentence, unable to fully reject it, and unable to fully accept it either. Here is the exact counter-response, and it works in two phases. Phase number one is the naming test. The moment you receive one of these formulas, do not respond to the emotional tone of the apology. Instead, calmly ask one specific, neutral question. What exactly are you apologizing for? This question does something the fake apology cannot survive. It requires the speaker to actually name the action, out loud, in their own words, which is the exact component the formula was originally built to avoid supplying. Phase number two is the completion request. If they respond vaguely, or repeat the same conditional or feelings-based language, ask a second, equally calm question. "Are you saying you did that, or are you saying you're sorry I'm upset?" This question forces a binary choice between confirming the action and confirming only your emotional state, and removes the comfortable middle ground the entire formula depends on to function. Understand what happens once you run this two-phase response. Someone offering a clumsy but genuine apology will typically clarify without much resistance, because they have nothing to protect. Someone using one of these formulas deliberately will often become irritated, repeat the same vague language more forcefully, or accuse you of making a simple apology complicated. That reaction itself is diagnostic. A real apology can survive being asked for specifics. A fake one cannot, because specificity was the exact thing it was engineered to avoid from the very beginning. The next time someone hands you a sentence that sounds like remorse but leaves you feeling strangely unresolved, do not accept the shape of an apology in place of the substance of one. Ask what exactly they are apologizing for, and ask them to complete the sentence honestly. You hold the psychological matrix now. If you want to keep building your psychological armor and mastering the hidden laws of human behavior, protect your mind by hitting that subscribe button right now. Stay aware, stay safe, and never let them pull your strings.